Without further ado, I'm going to announce Rick Dilley, who is a board member who has been doing this video since the first year. The first year, when I saw the video of Carrie McKenzie, we had spent 2 years fundraising and figuring out a 501c3, wow, and lots of other confusing, crazy things. And we didn't award scholars for almost 2 years. And it was a faceless organization. It's hard to raise money when you have no proof points. It's hard to really explain to people who've never been impacted or had anything to do with incarceration what it actually can do to people. And so the minute we got these two, Carrie and Mackenzie, it was real. Amazing video. The last several years, amazing videos. This year, Rick has truly outdone himself. And so I am so excited for him to show you this. So, Rick.
How you guys doing? Good? Yes? Ready for some uplifting, positive energy? Before I start, though, real quick, I got to give a shout out to Pop in the back of the room. Second year producing the video for the event today. It's my boy. Okay, so I was going to do this one or two ways. So I prepared a speech, but then I also had this other, like, special thing that was unsure until about 20 minutes ago whether or not it was going to happen. So I can gladly say that I'm going to put my speech in my pocket, and I'm just going to run with the other thing. Before we play the video, I'll give you just a little bit of background. The general theme, if you will, is kind of setting aside all of the statistics and focusing on any bad stuff that happened in the past. We've covered that. We're done with that. We're moving past that. The theme of this year is self-empowerment by our own scholars, and we've got 16 of them now, and they're all rock stars. But this year was a little special because not only is the video narrated by the scholars themselves, which is truly amazing, but the music to the video, normally we just go online and find some music that fits and, you know, it makes you cry and it's all that. But this year we actually found a song that we liked. We went into the recording studio, like the most biggest, awesomest recording studio in St. Louis, with one of this year's scholarship recipients and reproduced and recorded our own version of the song that we liked. So the music that you'll hear, and you'll actually see some clips from the studio itself, but what you're hearing is custom and original from our kids. That's pretty cool. So to carry on that theme of self-empowerment and kind of showing you that no matter what happened to us in our past, we're going to be more than strong, we're going to be triumphant, as one of the scholars said in his interview, which taught me some lessons. But so continue with that. Before we play the video, I'd actually like to invite up to the stage one of this year's scholarship recipients, Rico Buford. Come on up. He's going to share a little bit of spoken word poetry to kind of get us in the mood for the video. And you've got a mic on, right? Yes. So you're good, and you can take the stage.
This poem is called Knock Knock by Daniel Beatty. When I was a boy, I shared a game with my father. Played it every morning till I was 3. He would knock knock on my door, and I'd pretend to be asleep. And when he would get right next to my bed, I would get up, jump into his arms. "Good morning, Papa." And my papa, he would tell me he loved me. We shared a game, knock knock. Until one day his knock never came, and my mama takes me on a ride past cornfield on a never-ending highway to a place with high rusty gates. A confused little boy, I enter the place, carried in my mama's arms. Knock, knock. We reach a room full of windows and brown faces. Behind the window, I see my father. I jump out of my mama's arms and run joyously towards him. Suddenly, I'm confronted with this window. So I knock, knock, trying to break through the window, trying to get to my papa. I knock, knock as my mama pulls me away before my papa even says a word. And for years, he has never said a word. And 25 years later, I write these words for the little boy in me that still awaits my papa's knock knock. Papa, come home, 'cause I miss you. I miss You waking me up in the morning and telling me you love me. Papa, come home, because there are things that I don't know, and I wanted to know if you could teach me how to shave, how to dribble a ball, how to talk to a lady, how to walk like a man. Papa, come home, because a while back, I decided I wanted to be just like you. And for 25 years, a little boy cried. And so I write these words for the little boy that waits for his papa. And I dream up of a father who says the words my father never did. Dear son, I'm sorry that I never came home. For all the lessons that I failed to teach you, hear these words. Shave in one direction with strong, deliberate strokes to avoid irritation. Dribble the page with brilliance from your ballpoint pen. Walk like a god, and your goddess will come to you. I was unable to knock on your door, so you must learn to knock for yourself. Knock, knock on the doors of racism and poverty that I cannot knock. Knock, knock on doors of opportunity for the lost brilliance of the black men that crowd these cells. Knock, knock with diligence for the sake of your children. Knock, knock for me. For as long as that you are free, these prison gates cannot contain my spirit. Knock, knock with the knowledge that you are my son, but you are not my choices. Yes, we are not their choices. We are our fathers and mothers, sons and daughters, but we are not their choices. For despite their absences, we still remain. We still exist. We're still breathing and alive. For every girl and boy, we have the power to change the world. Knock, knock. Who's there? We are. Thank you.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing.
My name is Elijah Nelson.
Well, my name's Chris Frandry.
My name is Lucas.
My name is Preston Fennell.
My name is Felicia.
My name is Torian Collins.
My name is Christopher Perkins.
My name's Rico Buford.
Avis Grace. I was actually at school in class. One of my senior principal actually talked to me about it because he knew my father was incarcerated and he heard about it and he thought I'd be a good recipient for it.
I get a random phone call. I'm like, at first I wasn't gonna answer. I was like, because I didn't know what number it was. And then something told me to answer, so I answered it. And she was like, hey, it's Stephanie from Avis Grace, and I'm calling to let you know that you was one of the applicants that won.
One day, one day, one day, one day.
I felt very privileged, really, when she told me who she was and that she had read my story and that I was winning. I just felt like, wow.
My phone was ringing, and then I answered it. And then she was like, hi, my name is Stephanie from Avis Grace. And she sounded like really excited, and that made me more excited.
I decided to not be a statistic with the whole, your mom or dad's been incarcerated. Most people get thrown into that ditch and they don't know how to climb out.
If you're in the situation I'm in and you've had a parent that's been incarcerated, this is definitely a great opportunity.
Well, there's scholarship for a lot of crazy things, being left-handed, right-handed, but this one being your parents being incarcerated, that really stuck out to me.
All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't.
Applying for this scholarship can, like, to some students, it can be embarrassing or like a personal thing that you don't want to let anyone in. You have to be willing to give and share your story so that others can help you. So don't feel embarrassed about your parents being incarcerated.
Avis Grace it's a savior. I can already tell that they look out for you. They give you an opportunity. It's that key to open the door. It's the key to open the door to better, just something better.
Applying for this scholarship was probably the best thing I've done yet.
So for next year's applicants, I would say definitely apply. The one thing that was holding me back was whether or not I wanted to share like a certain aspects about my life. I'm glad to join this family and be welcomed into this family.
Avis Grace, they not only give you the money, but they also care about who you are and what your goals are and what your dreams are and what you're gonna do and they tend to be there for you while you're doing all of that.
Avis Grace is more of a family.
Thank you to everybody who has 100% faith in us, giving us the money to help us out.
It's more than just that. It's a relationship. It's a bond. It's like a parent that wasn't there.
There be no more wars, and our children